Hey, Guinness. I'm giving this speech today to my mom and my little sister because everyone else is afraid of the coronavirus. Anyway, this is my demonstration speech over how to do a few basics to begin rock climbing. So, have you ever looked at someone climbing a rock wall and thought, that looks awesome. I wish I could do that, but I don't even know where to start. Well, today's your lucky day. I'm going to show you. So, today we're going to look at a couple of rock climbing basics. There are two roles in wall climbing, and that is the climber and the belayer. Both have equally important roles. So, today the skills we're going to learn is how to tie in as the climber and how to get set up with your belay device as a belayer. Rock climbing is one of my very favorite outdoor activities. It's challenging, it's exciting, and it's all around just a lot of fun. So, there are several types of rock climbing. There's bouldering and free solo climbing, and they don't use any ropes or gear. They're crazy people. And then there is trad, or traditional climbing, and sport climbing, and those use ropes and gear. So, today, the first role we're going to talk about is the role of the climber. Let's see. Even though climbing can sometimes look dangerous, if you do it right and follow the proper safety precautions, it's actually not that dangerous. As a climber, some of the gear that you'll need is a super rad harness, some super cool climbing shoes, a chalk bag, and, of course, your rope. So, let's see here. Once you have your gear, you need to make sure that you're properly tied into the rope so that you don't fall to your death. So, the knot that you have to tie first is called a figure eight. The way that I learned how to do it is that you make an alien head. You make sure you have a little extra rope left here at the end. You make an alien head. You wrap the rope around the alien's neck. Tighten it up, take the end of the rope, and poke him in the eye. Then you pull it tight, and voila! You have a knot that looks like an 8. After you have your knot, you take the end of your rope, and you feed it through your whole harness. So there's a loop down here, and there's a loop right here. And you want to make sure that you get through both of them. Then after your rope is through your harness, you take the end and you follow your rope around the 8. So you pull it through, wrap it around again, go behind, wrap it around again, and go up through. And there you go. You always check your knot, double check it, triple check it. You want to make sure that everywhere on here you have 2 ropes. 2, 2, 2, and 2, and 2. And there you go. You're tied in. So as the climber, this knot is not going to come undone. And you can, as long as you know that your belayer is doing what they're supposed to do, you can climb the wall with confidence that you're not going to fall and die. So now let's talk about the other role in climbing. The other role in climbing is called belaying. As the belayer, your main job is to ensure the safety of your climber, to give the climber rope and to take rope from the climber, and to make sure that if they happen to fall while they're climbing a super hard route, that they don't fall to the ground to their death. Lots of possible dying in rock climbing. It makes it fun. So, the gear that you need as a belayer is also a harness, just like your climber. You need a locking carabiner, and you need a belay device. I'm going to use a device called a gree-gree. There are lots of other belay devices. Some are called ATCs, and some people belay with just a rope, but this is a super safe way to belay someone because it is called a lock assist. So, if you accidentally, your hand slips off the rope and your climber falls, the rope locks in so it won't go sliding through and your climber won't fall. So the way that you hook this up is you unlock your carabiner, set it right there. This pops open. There's a side that says the climber side, which is the side of the rope that the climber is tied into. Obviously this would be hanging down from a wall if you were actually climbing. And then the other side is the side that you hold on to. So you take your rope, we're going to pretend that that's the climber, this is the side you're going to hold on to. You make a loop and you put it in your device. And then you close the device like so. Then you take your carabiner, you hook it on there, and then you hook it onto the center loop of your harness, like so. Then you make sure that the locking device is locked all the way and tight so that there's no way that your carabiner can come open. Then, as your climber climbs, if you're traditional climbing, then as they climb, you'll give them some rope. You'll feed it through this way and give them some rope. If you're sport climbing, or if you're top rope climbing, so the rope is already at the top of the route, then you will, as the climber climbs, you will take rope. So there's no slack so that when they fall, they won't fall a very long distance. So if the climber falls, if this is a climber and they fall, it'll jerk the rope here, and as you can see, there's no way that will let them fall. It catches them. So there you go. Now, here you have it, the basics of rock climbing. We've talked about the two different roles in climbing. You have the climber and the belayer. We've talked about the gear you need: shoes, chalk bag, harness, rope, locking carabiner, and a belay device. Again, it's very, very important that you trust the person that's belaying you as the climber, and it's very important that as the belayer, you always pay very close attention to your climber to make sure that you're doing everything right. And as I said before, even though rock climbing seems dangerous, if you go through all of the checks and make sure that you're doing everything properly, then you should be good to go. You might hurt yourself, but you're probably not going to die. The number one rule in rock climbing is safety. A very close second, look cool doing it, which is why you have the super rad shoes and the super cool harness and the multicolored rope. So, now that you know the very basics of what you need to get on that wall, go climb some rocks.